Wait, wait, what happened with my light? Wait, my light. The light became dark. Why the light became dark? I never light. I never light. Why my light decided to just be like, I'm not gonna give you that light you want me to give you. It's like it's giving me another light and I wanted another light. But anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the SA Pulse. Is your finger on the pulse? We have an interesting end of the league season. As football fans will know, this now is crunch time. We've never had an interesting league like this league that is about to go down the wires, and like because Sundowns and Pirates are about to set this little league down to the wires, and like 2025 to 2026, it's an anticipated and an anxious end of the season. Pirates is playing today. And if Pirates won the league with the 3 remaining games that they have, they must just be ruthless. There is no way that Pirates will find himself in a position where it is not ruthless. Yes, Kaizer Chiefs during the course of this week did them a solid by drawing with Sundowns, which means now the game in hand that the Sundowns had, now it has gone down to the wires. Now they have to double dig in deep to their pockets to be able to win the league. And the space we are setting, its Pirates have more goals than Sundowns. So it will be problematic when the points are put together and the points are the same, because now Pirates automatically wins the league because of the goals. But now we cannot also count on that. And we must understand that the team they are playing against, the 3 of them that are left, they are also fighting for relegation. So it's very important for us to understand the dynamics and the challenges that this particular season or this particular league has brought unto us within these 2 teams, which is Sundowns and Orlando Pirates. Where we are sitting now, we are sitting at the space where, with points, Pirates is sitting on the top, and then Sundowns is the second. Yes, Sundowns, Mosantawana are behind with the game in hand. So we are in a very interesting league end. So now, during the course of the season, I think we might also look back historically with Orlando Pirates. They've came second in the past 8 years in the PSL. They became second half of the time. And Sundowns, obviously, as long as they became champion, it means that it's either Pirates was the, we're always number second, and like, yeah, just like Arsenal, forever second in the past 8-10 years. And I think, to be exact, it's like 12 years dry season for Orlando Pirates not even winning the league. 12 years. Yes, they've been into a couple of finals and they've got beaten in those finals of CAF. Ever since they won that 1 star, they've been in finals once or twice and they got beaten in those finals. And yes, in the CAF Champions League, they went out in like semi-finals, quarterfinals. Yes, they were a strong team in the past years, but not strong enough to win the league, not strong enough to lift up the CAF, no matter how good the squads were in terms of those years. And now we are sitting in a space where we all know, and Pirates fans know, we are always sitting with good squad. We are always sitting with good players. Our players are very good, from the back line to the strikers, from the goalkeeper. We know we can produce the best squads, in our time and in our era. Because when you look at soccer as well, you must understand it's basically another way or another form of culture, identity. So we understand academically when we unpack it, that also sports is the same. It's a control mechanism. So as a people, you get controlled by sports. Yes, that's what we know. And it's a point of, if you don't follow any particular team, that means you do not have an identity. And we know we all want to belong. As an individual, you would want to have a community. So the football clubs become that community. The football clubs becomes families. In whatever team you favor, it becomes your family, it becomes your team. It becomes people you can identify with, because you share the very same pain and you share the very same hope and dreams about your team. So at some particular point, you might come together as a society and, weakness, and feel the same pain or feel the same anxiety as the other family members in which that team you support is playing on that particular day. Hence, it's historically for us to drop this, episode, because it's very important that we capture the history, because it has been a long, long dry season for Orlando Pirates. And yes, for Sundowns, we can understand they are the champions and they have built a machine that understand how to become champions. And within that particular space, they have fallen once or twice and made mistakes there and there. But I think this year they have made a biggest mistake and they need to be punished as well, in terms of taking over the league, because at this particular point in time, historically, as football fans, we will know that Sundowns would have been long gone with the league, because at some point Sundowns will finish the league 15, 16 points ahead. But this time it's not, it's shaken. And yes, we are not yet sure if Pirates, because it's in their hands now. Pirates, it's in their hands if they win this league or they let the league go. And it will be not an ideal situation for any team or any player who finds himself in this opportunity, and knowing very well what Masandawana Bafanaba style can do. And it's like that kind of a thing where you strike a lion while it's wounded. So the lion is wounded, so you need to strike, because if it recuperates and if it heals its wound, there'll be danger to face. So as a football fan, one would understand at this particular point in time that it will be a very crunch time league. It will be a very interesting league to be able to finish. And the team needs to boost, and the team needs experience to be able to hold on to this end season anxiety. Because I mean, historically, we know what Pirates can do, in terms of, if Pirates, it can't look faint like it has that thing where it needs to come through at the end, and it doesn't come through at the end, and we find ourselves going, "Ish, what if maybe and football does not have what if or therefore. So we find ourselves in spaces every now and then. And I heard some critics and some football lovers and very prolific football lovers saying it's Pirates thing. Don't even doubt it. Yes, I'm not even doubting it. Will Pirates win the league? I mean, will Pirates win the league? Is your finger on the pulse? Are you seeing what's going on? And like, yeah, touchline, Mostrating. Are you understanding what's going on? Mostrating, yeah, touchline. So we need to understand that, like I said, it is not also about this football. It's about the identity. It's about culture. When you follow very well the podcast, we speak about culture, we speak about identity, we speak about who we are, what makes us tick, what makes us understand, and we are on the street, touchline, mostrating. So we are based vele with our ears on the ground, understanding what the ground is saying, understanding what the people is saying, and the people what they're talking about. So it was very interesting for me to hear that people are speaking about the Orlando Pirates winning the league. What does that mean culturally, and what does that mean identical? Yes, and what Chiefs has done, because you must understand what I'm speaking about doesn't come or spring out from nowhere. You must understand what Chiefs has done, in which everybody was watching, hoping that Chiefs will beat Sundowns, and it drawed with Sundowns, and we walked away proud. of that particular moment, because it seems as if they were like working together to be able to snatch the league away from Sundowns, and going Chiefs going, hey, Linda Sundowns kancane sibone ibhakane ukuthi lenzani. Because also Pirates at some particular point, I think they lost crucial games that they were supposed to win when they had the upper hand to just win the league in hands down, because Sundowns was busy at CAF and it had more games there at CAF, and since they're in the final as well, so you would understand the fatigue. They're in the final, they have to win the league, so at some point even the squads that they are using now, it's the same squad, and I think there are players now, the fatigue is coming in, the anxiety of understanding they have to win the league and go to the CAF and win CAF. So it's very hard for the players to be able to maintain that level of calmness and that pressure, because now they're in the pressure point. It's like they're in the pot and it's boiling and nobody needs to get out. So I could understand where they're at as a team, and hoping for the best for their team. And as Orlando Pirates, it's just a chance and they need to take it. If they don't take this chance, it will be just one of those kind of like blunder. Pagania did us dirty, because if Pagania did do us dirty, and like I'm not quite sure where we will stand at this particular point in time. I mean, the fan base, the society, the people who are also watching what needs to happen, they are hoping that at least Pagania, at least you would lift the league. At least 2025, 2026 title, it's yours. If you can't lift that title this year, that's why we are doing these things, to capture this moment, because it's a very crucial moment in the history of time and the identity of a country. Because if that happens, it will change the narrative of football. It will change the narrative of what's to come, because we don't know what's to come. There are a lot of discourse and not understanding where we are at as a country, and not understanding, because I'm not speaking on behalf of this Orlando Pirates, because you need to understand there is a difference in fan base, and there is difference within the understanding and the historically significant of a particular team. When you look at this Pirates, it has the stigma of the people, it has the stigma of a nation. And yes, Kaizer Chiefs has this love and peace, and most women, and the most Abum Kayin, which they love that soccer team, and the others go Sundowns, knowing that they are rich kids from the block, and they try to be reputation, the flash money, that uncle who has money, and he has his kids, and they're coming with their toys and their drones, and us trying to pick them up and making sure that they don't leave with these toys, because we know Malume is going to buy these toys when they go back home. Frustrating, touchline. But anyway, I was saying that will become a narrative for the future. So if they win, I can tell you now, the narrative of South Africa will hipster. So it shouldn't be like that at this particular point in time. We should go all the way lifting that thing up, because it is important to lift that thing up. And your PR would know. And they've lifted the trophy. The reserves have lifted the trophy today. Yeah, very. My finger is on the pulse. I'm taking my chance. Information, I get it. I find it. I bring it here. Orlando Pirates reserve side has won the 2025-2026 league. The reserve league. It will mean these guys next year, they'll be playing professional. And it's putting pressure on the A team, because this is the reserve team. So the A team now needs to come through. Because if the A team doesn't come through, now we are looking at the B team, which is the reserve side, going, why not put these ones in? Next year, why not put them in? Because these ones, it is. Yes, all of them, they played. I don't want to lie. From Chaine to Mahupa, they've played, guys. We can't lie. Those guys played their hearts out. It's even now that you see how Relebohile Mufokeng is being played. and I'm not quite sure if the other players are playing him the way they're playing him because they know that he's already going to the World Cup, or is it they are playing because he's the most dangerous player in the field, adding to that, or it's just like I'm not quite sure how one would identify this situation when he is playing and when he is played. So I'm also trying to get the real essence of the particular understanding of this player and how Pirates is playing and how it's played. But anyway, I'd like to leave that with you to be able to understand if this would happen or not happen. Will Orlando Pirates win the league? Will they be ruthless? Would they jiggy jiggy, tatazela? Let's have this discussion next time we meet, because it's very important to trace, it's very important to follow, because once we follow things we will be able to understand the root cause, and we'll be understanding the present, and we'll understand the future. Because once we start applying our mind in terms of small research and like to go, hey man, is he dropping fact this guy, or is just fucking or he's just messing with us? Because I don't want to find myself in a space where I'm messing up and also my student know, hey, I curse too much. So I don't want to find myself doing that. Possibly YouTube next time when I write this is not for kids, then I know it's not for kids. So I'll be all over the place, and my light was bad. Forgive me with the lighting. Next to grow together, so that one day when we grow, we find ourselves in spaces where we can barter, each other. We can share knowledge with each other. We can be able to share life with the art. It might be politics, anything. We have our finger on the pulse. That's why we call it the pulse of the nation. So we have to understand what is the nation going through, and mostly remonstrating, touchline. So in the streets, you understand what's happening. We are making sure that we don't lose track. We are bridging the gap between those who are far and those in the street. And you know very well, Mawas Minu Pejinja Mtal, Pejinja Eke, General, Ukoporalu, the two-strap, your host, Opol Nuku. Salute. Next time, subscribe, follow, tag, any comment, drop them there on the comment line. Let us chat. Let us have a conversation. Yes, you can critique as well if you want to critique. You can also say, no, this is what you can, develop on. This is what you can work on. This is what you can next time, the topic, let it be like this. Or you can drop me a topic so that I can be able to engage you in the topic. I'm watching at my time. I'm like, hey, gaming. It's gonna begin now. So I'm like shaking. I should have said bye-bye a long time ago and touchline, most thing. Keep your finger on the pulse. Yes, I salute.